Alright, so ignore the mess, but today in the mail I received my silver B8.5 Audi A4 mirror housings to replace my stock ones, which are color matched color. So this is the RS4 style with the silver like this, and today I'm just going to make a very quick video explaining how to install these, because it's super simple when you know the little tricks to getting these on. I've already had the mirrors off once before because I've put sequential indicators in, and today I just wanted to make a video to make it really easy for anyone else to do the same thing, be it silver or carbon fiber covers. So one of the first strategies, you'll see a lot of people will get their fingers between here and try and pry it forward, and more often than not they will smash the mirror. If you have a phone mount like this with a suction cup, stick this right in the middle of the mirror, lock it down, and now you can pull from the center and use your hands around it to pull it off. This in the center will keep the force spread evenly across the glass, and trust me, I've never broken a mirror with this, and I've probably pulled mirrors off 5 or 6 times with the cars because I've put sequentials in both of my old cars, and also had changed the housing on my Passat as well. So I've done this quite a few times and I've never smashed a mirror. So this strategy works wonders. And there you have it. The mirror's out in one piece, just like I promised it would be. And now we come over to the car and we'll have a look at the housing. So this right here has, oh, I can't move that, there we go. We have a couple of bolts we need to remove. These clips here, they're fine, they can stay there. This Phillips head screw here needs to come out, as well as this screw here for the motor mount, and behind the motor mount is another screw like this, somewhere around this region. I'll show you that. But first things first, let's pull this motor out, unclip the wires that go to it, and that's done by just removing the center screw here, which has a really, really long thread on it. This is also sort of clipped in, so once you remove that screw, you may have to apply a bit of force to remove the motor. All right, and once you're at this stage now, all you need to do is remove these 2 screws here. I don't believe these actually hold the housings on, but it makes it much easier to get the cover off with that much more leverage / movement, and this Phillips head up here. We'll notice that this screw and this screw here that I was talking about earlier, these 2 don't touch yet. They are what hold the indicator in. It's so much easier to take them off outside of the car. That way the mirror and the indicator aren't in 2 separate pieces. So we'll undo these 2 and this Phillips head, and then pushing here, you can hear this starts to unclip already, but those screws are holding it in. So once that's all removed, put your thumb there and push there, and the mirror housing will start to come off, and then this lifts up. Okay, so I now have all those bolts and screws removed. I should mention these are Torx, and this is a Phillips head. The ones that hold the indicators on have a much more coarse thread than these ones. These go into metal and they're quite fine threaded. These 2 go into the mirror housing itself and are actually very, very coarse. So now with those removed, we can take this housing off. So I'm gonna start the process of doing that. You'll also probably want a trim removal tool for this. It'll make the process a lot easier just to work around. It helps a lot if you stick that into this gap here and start prying down on this matte bit of plastic here, which actually stays on the car. So as we can see here, I now have my new indicator installed in the new housing. So what I'm going to do is plug the indicator wire back in and route the wires back where it needs to be. Then I'm going to position this down and show you all of the clips you need to line up correctly in order for this to be a super simple process. All right, so I've now got the mirror housing down here. What you want to do is make sure that these wires are routed behind this bit of metal here and sitting on the outside. You don't want to get these stuck underneath the cover somewhere. That will give you a massive headache later on. Same with this wire, although this one usually tends to stay out of the way. Now, the biggest trick I can give for this, that will be the difference between you stuffing this up and getting it perfectly right. These 2 clips on the top here will never want to sit where they're supposed to sit. You need to lift this up and put them in front like this. Okay, so now we look at the mirror. It doesn't look like it's gonna fit at all, but trust me, that is the trick. And as long as this piece of clip here is on the inside here, and these are pushing into the metal there, if you give this a good push from the top now, this will clip in perfectly. So I'm gonna do that now and show you what that looks like once it's done. Now, because I'll link these exact ones down below, I will mention, for whatever reason, the tolerance on this clip is too tight. You need to snap the clip in the middle and push it over with something like a screwdriver to make this sit over this. Otherwise, the clip here which is for the indicator, will not clip on. But if you snap that in half, the GoPro is probably not picking the light up, but it's snapped in half there and pushed over the clip. This is now on there securely as these clips are in, the whole thing solid as, look at that. So there we have, putting that on, I'll put the mirrors in and we'll finish this video up. All right, so it's now been about a week or two since I filmed the last part of this video. And as you can see, the mirror covers are still on there with lots of bugs on them because I've been doing a lot of driving lately. But there we have it. That's the swap there. It actually works perfectly fine with my aftermarket sequential indicators as well. So everything lines up, butts up perfectly. It's just that clip on the outside that you have to fix. And besides that, everything else is absolutely perfect. So super happy with these. I love the way it looks with the silver aftermarket rims like that. I think the overall look of the car looks absolutely awesome with them on there. It's such a subtle change, but it really improves the look. So that's been installing the silver mirror covers. My next video, I'll be doing an oil change on this, which I'm gonna film later today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel for more A4 content, and yeah, I'll see you guys in that next video.